I got deadline, I gotta do it now, I got the to-do list, check, check, check. Where the other one's like, oh, we'll just go with the flow, see what happens, you know what I mean? And then in the scientific realm, they crisscross, right? So in the mental brain, the way that it works, it crosses over. So the left governs the right, and the right governs the left, right? But then that gets confusing. So we'll just kind of focus on what the left and the right do. And you get all crisscrossed. So as in the thumbs represent the ego. The thumb represents the id, right? And it's just kind of how you relate to planet Earth, right? And then you plug that in with the rest of the planets, which are the most important planets. Which the first one is the pointer finger, which is Jupiter. Now Jupiter is all about wisdom. Jupiter is all about connecting with the universal consciousness, which is all of the wisdom that came before you. And it holds the teachings of the teachers. That makes sense? Yeah, so that's why you go into Gyan Mudra, right? Because you want to pull in the wisdom, you want to concentrate, right? And then as you concentrate, you hold it with the thumb, you hold it with the id, you hold it with the ego, right? The self-relating self. And then you draw it in. So you almost create a little bit of not a recalibration, but a little bit of an integration as you bring it in. And then you have the Saturn finger, right? Saturn. That triggers you. I mean, it does, because this is what we've been taught. Like, this is, oh shit, like, oh my God, defiant, right? But it's lessons, right? You hear like Saturn returns every 27 years and all that kind of stuff. If you think of the Saturn as not necessarily lessons, but ways to improve. So it's a very impactful, improving planet. So it's meant for you to actually push you into the direction to excel. So it challenges you on the next level to excel, to get to the next, energetic incarnation of your energetic body versus your physical body, right? Because you'll still be living, right? I mean, for some people, right, especially in the artist world, right, at 27 they check out because it's hard, right? Who died at 27 that's in the fame world? Yeah, all of the freaking genius people on the planet, right? 27 years later after 27, who died after that? 27 years after 27, who died after that? You got the Michael Jacksons, you got the Prince, you got all these people that are so tapped into a stream of creativity that is unrelatable to other people. And so they can't hang, they can't handle it, right? Because they can't relate to others, because others haven't gone up there. Does that make sense? Do you get that? Yeah? It's kind of weird, I know, but it's a science. So you got the Saturn. And then you have the ring finger, which is the sun or the Venus energy. So sun, Venus, that's vitality. That's health. That's definitely giving you energy. It really debunks the fatigue. So whenever you feel fatigued, instead of going into Gyan Mudra, you go into Vinyu Mudra, which is the thumb and the sun finger. And sometimes you see it like this, like you see the thumb over the nail bed. You always want to plug in to the pads of the fingers. Because when you go into the matter of the nail bed, you don't really activate and get into the essence of what you will really want to cultivate. So you press the pads, and then you set your meditation. I don't know why I picked up this. I kind of like it though. and then you have your pinky finger. Your pinky finger is Mercury. So Mercury governs all of communication, right? You hear, oh, Mercury's in retrograde, shit's gonna go sideways. You hear that all the time, right? No, you gotta change that fragment, you gotta change that mentality. You always wanna kind of focus on the positive. No, it's just gonna request that you speak from your truth, right? So if you're not speaking in integrity, you're not gonna, the phone's gonna die early, you're not gonna be able to charge your computer, communication's just gonna get blocked because you're not speaking from integrity. That's the awareness around Mercury retrograde. And it's also a way to recalibrate yourself so that you can actually get the thing done. Get the thing that you're procrastinating on getting done. Actually get it done. Submit the paperwork, You know, get the councils going, get your people like organized, all that kind of stuff. So it's a doer planet, right? And a lot of people in Mercury retrograde don't do anything. No. That's when you get things done. You get to work. Okay? So that's your Mercury, that's your planet. And then on the sides of the hands, you have your moon mounds. So you have the phases of the moon, right? And you activate them. Yesterday, we were hitting the moon mounds. We were hitting the Jupiter finger. This mudra alone is guaranteed to give you prosperity. It's guaranteed to generate some kind of income, whether it looks like cold, hard cash, or it looks like health, reciprocity, gifts. However that looks like, it's undeniably supposed to give you the thing. But you gotta do it right. Right? You have to have the right thumb over the left, and you have to really hit, and you have to have the mantra, which is the HUD, and you have to pump the navel, which is at the base of the spine, ideally, is what I like to think. But people, you know, they have their things, they have their coordinates. But you have to pump the navel, because in order for you to have command, you have to have a strong navel point. Does that make sense? You have to have a